My dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will be explaining the MBA second semester subject Rural Marketing as prescribed by JNTUH and other universities of Telangana. We will go through the important questions and answers one by one. Let's begin with a quick revision. Unit 1 first important short question is: define rural marketing. Rural marketing. Rural marketing means all the activities involved in selling products and services in rural areas, villages, and also buying goods from rural producers. It connects farmers, rural artisans, and villagers with companies and cities. In simple words, it is the process of understanding the needs of rural people, creating suitable products, and delivering them to villages at the right price and place. It also includes selling rural goods like crops, milk, and handicrafts in urban markets. For example, companies like ITC's eChopal help farmers sell crops directly, and brands like Hindustan Unilever's Project Shakti train women in villages to sell products like soaps and shampoos. Rural marketing is important because 65% of India's population lives in villages, making it a huge market. It also improves rural development, creates jobs, and increases farmers' income. In short, rural marketing is equal to bringing products to villages plus bringing village products to cities. It bridges the urban-rural gap and benefits both producers and consumers. Next important short question is: state two differences between rural and urban marketing. Two differences between rural and urban marketing. Point: rural marketing, urban marketing. 1. Customers. Rural marketing focuses on villagers who usually have lower income and simple lifestyles. Products must be affordable and suit their needs. Example: small sachets of shampoo. Urban marketing focuses on city people with higher income and modern lifestyles. Products can be premium. Example: luxury cosmetics. 2. Distribution. In rural areas, products are sold through small shops, haats, weekly markets, or door-to-door sales because villages are spread out. In urban areas, products are sold in malls, supermarkets, and online platforms, making access easier. In simple words, rural marketing is about reaching scattered villages with affordable products, while urban marketing focuses on city consumers with easy access to stores and online shopping. For example, a brand like Colgate sells small toothpaste packs in villages but big family packs in cities to match customers' needs and purchasing power. Next, Unit 1. Long questions. First important long question is: 1. Explain the nature and characteristics of the Indian rural market. Nature and characteristics of the Indian rural market. The Indian rural market refers to the buying and selling of goods and services in villages and small towns. It is a huge market because around 65–70% of India's population lives in rural areas. Rural consumers mostly depend on agriculture and small businesses for income, and their needs are different from urban consumers. Here are its main characteristics. 1. Large and growing market. India has over 6.5 lakh villages, making rural areas a large market for FMCG, consumer durables, and agricultural products. For example, brands like Hindustan Unilever earn a big share of revenue from rural customers. 2. Seasonal demand. Rural income mainly comes from farming, so purchasing power increases after harvest seasons. For example, tractor and fertilizer sales rise during harvest time. 3. Low but rising purchasing power. Though many villagers earn less than urban residents, their income is growing due to better jobs, education, and government schemes. 4. Diverse culture and preferences. Rural India is full of different languages, traditions, and tastes. Companies often create regional advertisements to connect with rural consumers. 5. Difficult distribution. Villages are scattered, with poor roads and transport, making it hard to deliver products. Companies use local shops, weekly markets, and vans to reach customers. 6. Preference for value and trust. Rural buyers look for affordable, durable products and trust word-of-mouth recommendations. For example, small sachets of shampoo or tea are popular in villages. 7. Growing awareness and technology use. With smartphones and internet access, villagers are becoming more brand aware and even shop online through apps. In short, the Indian rural market is huge, growing, and full of opportunities, but also challenging due to diversity and distribution problems. Companies that adapt to local needs, like selling small, affordable packs or using village influencers, can succeed. Next important long question is: 2. Discuss the importance and structure of the Indian rural economy. Importance and structure of the Indian rural economy. The Indian rural economy is the backbone of India because most people, about 65–70%, live in villages and depend on it for their livelihood. It includes farming, animal husbandry, small-scale industries, services, and cottage industries. A strong rural economy is key to India's growth because it provides food, raw materials, jobs, and markets for industries. Importance of the rural economy. 1. Agriculture backbone. Rural areas produce most of India's food grains, vegetables, milk, and raw materials like cotton, sugarcane, and jute. 2. Employment generation. The majority of rural people work in farming, livestock, handicrafts, and small businesses, reducing unemployment. 3. Market for goods. Rural India is a huge market for FMCG products, tractors, motorcycles, mobile phones, etc. 4. Contribution to GDP. Agriculture and allied activities contribute significantly to India's GDP and export earnings. 5. Cultural and social stability. Villages preserve India's culture, traditions, and festivals, making them socially important. Structure of the rural economy. The rural economy is made up of 1. Primary sector, agriculture and allied activities. Farming, dairy, poultry, and fisheries are the main sources of income. For example, Punjab and Haryana are known for wheat production. 2. Secondary sector, cottage and small industries. Villages have handloom, handicrafts, pottery, jaggery making, and food processing units. 3. Tertiary sector, services. Education, healthcare, banking, transport, and small retail shops support rural livelihoods. 4. Rural infrastructure. Roads, electricity, water supply, and internet facilities are improving due to government schemes like PMGSY, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Conclusion. The Indian rural economy is not just about farming. It is a complete ecosystem that supports industries, provides raw materials, and acts as a huge consumer market. With better infrastructure and technology, rural India is becoming a growth engine for the country. Next important long question is: 3. Describe various rural marketing models and their relevance. Rural marketing models and their relevance. Rural marketing models are different ways companies plan and deliver products and services to people living in villages. Since rural areas are scattered, have lower incomes, and limited access to stores, businesses use unique models to reach rural customers effectively. These models ensure that products are affordable, available, and attractive for villagers. 1. The traditional model. In this model, goods are sold through local markets, hats, weekly markets, mandis, agriculture markets, and retail shops. Example, farmers sell their crops at mandis, villagers buy household goods from weekly markets. Relevance. This model is still strong because rural people trust local vendors and prefer face-to-face buying. 2. The corporate distribution model. Big companies create distribution networks to deliver products to rural shops. Example, Hindustan Unilever's Project Shakti trains women in villages to sell products like soaps and shampoos. Relevance helps companies expand to even remote villages and provides employment to rural women. 3. The cooperative model. Cooperatives are member-owned organizations that buy products from farmers and sell them directly to consumers. Example, Amul Dairy Cooperative collects milk from farmers and sells dairy products all over India. Relevance, farmers get fair prices and middlemen are removed. 4. The NGO and Self-Help Group (SHG) model. NGOs and SHGs train villagers to make and sell products. Example, Lijjat Papad SHG started with housewives and became a national brand. Relevance, empowers women and promotes local entrepreneurship. 5. Digital and e-commerce model. With better internet, villagers can order products online through apps. Example, Amazon and Flipkart deliver to rural PIN codes, while eChopal connects farmers to markets online. Relevance. Bridges the gap between cities and villages, bringing modern shopping to rural India. Conclusion. These models show that rural marketing is not one-size-fits-all. Companies use traditional methods for trust, cooperatives for fairness, corporates for reach, and digital tools for modern access. A mix of these models ensures rural India gets quality products and services while giving farmers and artisans a better income. Next important long question is: 4. Explain the parameters differentiating urban and rural markets. Parameters differentiating urban and rural markets. Urban and rural markets in India are very different because of population, lifestyle, income levels, and buying behavior. Businesses must understand these differences to design products, prices, and promotions that suit each market. Let's understand key parameters. 1. Population and location. Urban markets are found in cities and towns, where people live close together. Rural markets are spread across villages, making distribution harder. Example, a single mall in Hyderabad serves thousands, while reach ing 10 villages may need multiple shops. 2. Income levels. Urban consumers generally earn more because of jobs in industries and services. Rural consumers mostly depend on farming, so income is seasonal. Example, villagers may spend more after harvest, while city buyers shop regularly. 3. Education and awareness. Urban buyers are more educated, brand conscious, and influenced by social media. Rural buyers rely on word of mouth and trust local shopkeepers. Example, cities have high demand for branded clothes, villages may prefer local products. 4. Infrastructure. Urban areas have better roads, electricity, internet, and stores. Rural areas have fewer shops and weaker transport, making product delivery slower. Example, online grocery delivery is common in cities but rare in remote villages. 5. Buying behavior. Urban buyers focus on quality, brand, and lifestyle. Rural buyers look for affordability, durability, and trust. Example, a villager prefers a long-lasting bicycle, while a city buyer chooses a stylish scooter. 6. Market size and growth. Urban markets are mature but highly competitive. Rural markets are growing fast because more villagers are earning and using smartphones. Example, FMCG companies like HUL and ITC earn big revenue from rural India. Conclusion. Urban and rural markets are like two different worlds. Cities are modern, fast-paced, and brand-driven, while villages are value-driven, seasonal, and trust-based. Companies must customize products and promotions for each market. For example, selling small sachets of shampoo works better in villages, while premium bottles are popular in cities. Next important long question is: 5. Analyze the differences in consumer behavior in rural and urban markets with examples. Differences in consumer behavior in rural and urban markets. Consumer behavior means how people decide what to buy, when to buy, and why to buy. In India, rural and urban consumers behave differently because of income levels, lifestyle, education, and exposure to media. Companies must understand these differences to succeed in both markets. 1. Buying capacity and spending pattern. Urban consumers have higher and stable income, so they can spend more regularly. Rural consumers have seasonal income, mostly from farming, so they buy more after harvest or festivals. Example, a city family buys groceries every week, a village family stocks up after receiving crop payments. 2. Brand awareness and preferences. Urban buyers are brand conscious, prefer quality and lifestyle products, and compare features online. Rural buyers focus on trust, value for money, and durability rather than brand names. Example, a villager chooses a strong, low-cost mobile, while a city user buys the latest smartphone model. 3. Information and influence. Urban consumers get product details from advertisements, social media, and reviews. Rural consumers rely on word of mouth, local shopkeepers, and community leaders. Example, villagers may buy a tractor based on a neighbor's advice, while urban buyers read online reviews before purchasing a car. 4. Shopping habits. Urban shoppers prefer supermarkets, malls, and online platforms. Rural shoppers buy from local kirana, grocery stores or weekly haats, markets. Example, Flipkart or Amazon is popular in cities, but in villages, buyers still prefer physical stores. 5. Product choices. Urban consumers buy premium products, electronics, and luxury items. Rural consumers choose essential goods and small packs due to affordability. Example, shampoos are sold in sachets for villages, but in bottles for cities. Conclusion. Urban consumers are modern, informed, and brand-driven, while rural consumers are value-conscious, community-influenced, and trust-based. Companies like HUL, ITC, and Maruti Suzuki succeed because they adapt products and strategies like small packaging, affordable pricing, and rural-focused ads to match these behaviors.